Plagues and doctors in bird masks throughout history. Few diseases are like plague. The plague scares humans so much. His name itself is reminiscent of an empty street, mass grave, and a figure wearing a kiwi mask. Walk silently through the chaos. To understand this creepy story, we must inquire into 3 questions: the origin of the plague, how does he appear in the human body, and why the doctor wears such peculiar costumes. The origin of a plague is a plague caused by a bacterium called Yersinia. He is not what many people believe. Originated in Europe. It originated in the steppes of Central Asia, where this bacteria, quietly parasitic, fleas that inhabit wild leafy animals, in the body for centuries. He hardly ever gets noticed. However, trade routes, especially the famous Silk Road, not only transporting silk, spices and precious metals, it also brought mice and job hopping. 6th century AD, the plague devastated the Byzantine Empire, historically known as the Justinian Plague. Ships carried grain to military Tannenberg. So did the mice. The consequences were devastating. Millions died. And over the course of 2 centuries, the plague is back. However, the most notorious epidemic broke out in the 14th century. The plague became known as the Black Death. It swept across Europe between 1347 and 1353. Historians estimate that between 75 and 200 million people were killed, almost half of the population of Europe at that time. The plague spread at an alarming rate. Follow the ship, caravans and armies. He came from the port. Towns spread inland, until all regions are affected. Plague. Symptoms of the epidemic: the disease invades in different forms. Attack but all terrifying. The most common was bubonic plague. Victims: armpit, painful swelling in the groin and neck, or groin. Lymphadenopathy. These lumps will darken, usually black, hence the name Black Death. Fever follows. Chill and looking around. Patients usually die within a week. Pneumonic plague cleanses the lungs. It is spread by coughing and sneezing. Make it more contagious. Victim coughs up blood. Breathing difficulties. They usually die within a few days. Septic plague spreads in the blood. It is the most sudden, the deadliest form of plague. The victim's skin darkens, sometimes within 24 hours. For medieval people, these symptoms are frightening signs. Knowing nothing about bacteria or fleas, they blamed it on the bad air, evil behavior, even the arrangement of the planets. Some ethnic groups. It's tragic to put the blame on outsiders, especially the Jews. This has led to violence and persecution. Why wear a bird mask? With the plague exist. They've been making comebacks over and over again for centuries. Cities started hiring plague doctors. These people are responsible for treating the sick, recording deaths, and witnessing wills. Many people are not professionally trained. Some people are nothing more than officials in costumes. But because of their peculiar uniforms, people recognize them easily. Plague doctor's costume. It is one of the earliest protective gear in the history of medicine. It includes a long coat of tulle, gloves, boots, and a wide-brimmed hat. The most famous of these is a mask, shaped like a bird's head, long with a curved long meeting. It's based on flatulence. Emergency illnesses are spread by dirty air. Doctors believe that the strong-smelling herbs, flowers, or vinegar-soaked sponges and ashes can be exposed to toxic air. Filter it out before it enters the lungs. Rosemary camphor. Substances like mint and cloves are commonly used in masks. It is also equipped with glass lenses to protect the eyes. Plotted structure. Then keep the doctor and the physical distance between patients. The clubs they carry enable them to communicate without direct contact. Examine the patient, or push the patient away. Although this costume, it wasn't really effective in preventing the plague. Count Eilson. But he may also have brought some unexpected benefits. Wax coat protects against body fluids. Masks can reduce the contact of droplets. But for people at that time, the image of the doctor wearing a bird mask, it's frightening. The children screamed when they saw this scene. Adults whisper, he's not so much a healer. He looks more like death than death. The plague reshaped Europe. Economic collapse. Weakness of feudalism. Culture is obsessed with death. In the works of art of the time, skeletons dance with the living, remind people that death is merciless. At the same time, the image of the plague doctor is also immortalized. Later in Venice, this costume appeared at the carnival celebration, transforming fear into drama. Now, the bird mask is still a symbol of the Black Death. A creepy reminder, humans used to how to rely on superstitious and desperate inventions, fight against an invisible enemy. So the story of Ratwing is full of horror, suffering and misunderstanding. Its origin lies in fleas and mice. The silent migration from Asia to Europe. His symptoms disfigured the patient, fever and even destruction, and clothed in wax. Doctor in a bird mask. Become the one who is struggling with the plague. A world of struggle. An unforgettable symbol. Unexplained disease. Although centuries have passed, it's still a powerful image. This wise doctor is still obsessed with art, literature and even modern pop culture. He reminds us, how far has medicine advanced? And the Black Death. Memory still. It haunts our collective imagination.